Good evening, everybody. I'm the Sith Trader. It's 5:10 p.m. We have our Central Standard Time. 6:10 p.m. Eastern. Remember, trading futures involves risk and is not suitable for everyone. Today's live stream is for educational purposes only and is not trading advice. First 10-minute opening range has been printed on the charts. Positive book. The CVD has already begun. We're ahead of wrong range there on the chart. That's all good. We'll see. Little gap. Need to be mindful of that here. That we do have a gap below us. Definitely a level that, I want to see us take out, not just the opening range. Let's do a little recap of where we are in the larger context of things, right in the middle, basically, of our larger range for the day, so that's just fine. D session VWAP finished right there at the 29,000 handle, so for all intents and purposes, because we finished above, kind of on top of trying to get above that VWAP for the day. I do have a little, I favor the idea of us going higher rather than lower, even though there's an open gap. Just one of those, as you start to back test and discover other things about a system. I like when certain things happen. All right. Holy smokes, Nico, you're at a library trading. Look at this commitment to the cause. Well, at least we know you're going to be with us for tomorrow's Forcesweep then too, huh? And you won't be pancakes on California Freeway. Oh man, that's a terrible thing to say. Not that anyway. Okay. Some of the opening range is set, 49,000. 29,158 on the high side. Let's see which way it goes. I am back to funded accounts at Lucid, though I am feeling good. Had a good session. Already got $800 going in those. Like I said before, I'm an eval whore that doesn't, I don't always treat evals how I respectfully say I like to treat. Feels good to be out of eval jail once again. That OBS is so strange. It has to have, it can't look at Ninja data exclusively. I don't know. It's a kind of a cool feature when you work with OBSs. It will cancel out anything you put on top, but so you never accidentally take it out of the screen for people. Anyway, that's a me problem. So far we've had a little bit of a push. You're still in the obey range, pushed down below the lead session DWAP so far. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see it pop back above, establish, and go the new high, and then that point we're going to need to pull back, but there's also an open gap below that. It genuinely think I would need to see us knife through this downside area and then come back, to test the view off. If we just go down there and test the gap or close the gap and don't really decisively break below what was more or less this range low for the afternoon, for 10-minute opening range low here, I'm arguably making a case for why I'm going to be using 29,068 potentially, but we'll see. I'm hoping for a quick one tonight. Always hoping for a quick one, right? So my favorite top 5 props outside of Lucid. I've got nothing against Apex. These are no particular order. I would say Lucid's definitely my favorite right now. The instant payouts, upgrade pro accounts on the same day. I have some affinity to them and to the guys that started the prop. I just think they're doing everything right. But they're good things to say about Lucid. I've been with just about every other major prop, funded live, all the things, so I can definitely give you a very well-rounded answer to any. So, no particular order. I think Apex is still a great one. They're the best for scaling. They're some of the cheapest evals. Obviously, you have to be careful because you can fall into the trap of spinning your wheels on cheap evals and trading them like a degenerate. But when it comes time for you to finally say, Apex is also not where you should start as a prop trader. You should start with literally any other firm, one account, maybe even do straight to funded to start to force you into consistency. But Apex is great when you want to grandfather and go for that, run of your lifetime. Right? When you want to run up 20 accounts and bring in 6 figures, that's what you do at Apex. There's no one else can beat it. No one. I made $400,000 from Apex alone last year. That's a no joke. It is one of the greatest for that. And FU is great. They've got great payouts. They were one of the first firms I ever personally got a payout from when I started trading prop over a year ago. Or way back. They're a little more expensive, but they're fine. Tradeify is great as well. I've got no bad things to say about Tradeify in the way they're running the ship over there. Phineas is very good. I actually have some really good accounts right now that they finally got Trader made. They took me live too. Daytraders.com is pretty good. They're kind of like an Apex clone a little bit. It's the Apex guys. Some of them broke away when started that. But Day Traders is just beware. They're going to take you live very quickly. No, JM. You're reminding me I need to probably go and look at that. Shoot, I hope I did not miss the opportunity. They have some... Shoot, I might have missed it. Yeah, that's what it is. I wanted to be Trader it too. Damn you. Yeah, honestly, they're a great firm. They pay quickly. Where else? Why am I blanking now? I mean, I was running with 15 firms and 50 accounts like this time last year, and I have walked it way back because it was just insanity trying to manage all that. Actually, you know what I should just do is look at my bookmarks. I've got all the good firms bookmarked here at the time. Okay, so... Yeah, okay, Fund Index is also pretty good. You gotta be wary of some of their drawdown or daily loss limits, okay? Those can also crush you, but Fund Index is also great for running up, you know, on those legacy accounts when you eventually want to. I've been with Bullinox and Blue Sky, and they're fine. You know, they're great places, I think, to just expand your horizons when it comes time to add other accounts, right? Trade Day is also very good. A little more of the expensive side, I believe, but hey, yeah, we'll come back to that discussion. That probably should do. Yeah, that is not a decisive break of the 10-minute opening range. So I'm just kind of biding my time here. It's a decent, decent range though, like 137 ticks. I think you can scalp on a nice day from that when it eventually happens, but let's see if we get that break of highs here. Make them more decisive than that. I mean, unfortunately, with the failed breakout, would not be shocked to see it come down and close the gap now. Just as like a head fake to anyone who chased that. it's one of those, just gonna play with everything we know about the world here, right? Just give me like one close above, pull back to 29,130, and then a rally to 29,180. Is that much to ask? You know? What's the guy gotta do to have an easy force sweep tonight? I'm not constituting this as a break, even though for all intents and purposes it kind of is. It's just, you know, guys, that'd be patient and cautious, and I'm back to having fun at accounts. I'm not about to force anything these days. If you missed read today, we had a nice little live stream in the newer session. It was we definitely broken with a lot of great things to do, but also some terrible things to do in terms of execution. But I'll be the first to admit I am still very much getting my feet back wet in these faster markets here in the day session, but everything worked out well. It's looking like we're getting that break here though on this push, because this 1 minute candle has 30 seconds to basically break down and not give me a close up here. I'm kind of thinking it's coming, so we're going to plan for the orb break fire at least. At least it looks like it's going to be trying, so come on. Will it? Is it? I mean, it is, but for all intents and purposes right now, that is an orb higher. Not super convincing, but might be one that makes a lot of sense to try to look for that participation. I mean, we're coming down into the VWAP pretty quickly here. Entries at 29,133 against the gap fill. Oh, it's all the things you hate to see. Bidding 2375, 3375. That's a decent volume push here. Look at that point of control still. I mean, someone got spanked up there. That's a little bit of a wild sell-off there. I mean, for all intents and purposes, this tape looks decently bullish to start the day, but I mean, that doesn't mean anything, right? And if it doesn't stay that way. CBD diverging here, right? Yeah, so low, it's been positive all day. Barely an orb higher, but something we've seen and witnessed lately is the VWAP from a swing low holding rather than the bull VWAP, an entry from the day here as our targets. For those that are unaware of how the opening range Globex Forcesweep works, we wait for 10-minute opening range to set up. When the market then breaks that opening range to the upside or downside, we then get a bias for which way we want to participate at the VWAP. In this instance, it's looking like we want to be a buyer at the VWAP here. We're going to probably get a more definitive opening range break higher here. And if not, okay, it's another test of that level. Of course, the anchored VWAP right now from that swing low is what held and brought us up here. Kind of similar to yesterday, only yesterday was a lot bigger. I think today has a lot more opportunity. I hate that there's a gap fill below, but we are above our day's session VWAP, and the gap isn't huge. There's still plenty of room on this chart to be able to trade back into the VWAP and then into new highs of the day. The stop on the trade is simply 1-to-1 risk with the target. Nothing super crazy there, so basically risking 120 ticks here. Make 120 ticks. It's the conceptual trade. CVE is kind of flatlining going sideways, so we'll see. VWAP's crept up a little bit here. I'm in a bit 34.50. Let's see what happens. Or firing that in order to fit in there, but we way higher. There's no question that we have started a bit of a trend higher. Always makes me a little bit more cautious when it comes to the setup in the bull area. We're about wait this, that's It's not a bad time to think about our Disney side if they're, that's the trade that we got there. 57 half a day work with my board here. Take a lot of. What are they here? Wow, 144. What was there? I feel comfortable with a one line right now. Then again, this is also like, there we go. You gotta put the mouthpiece by my mouth. Yeah, this previous string low, agreed here, Nico. Probably where the stop pretty much goes. I mean, that'd be a hard stop. Ideally, I mean, not ideally, or I could be scalping out of this thing. I'm going to be a lot more aggressive with trailing my stops. You're going to see in today's trading. I kind of got back to my roots and how I trade, during the day session recently. It helped me pass my evals, and it just reminded me of how nice it is to trade when you don't have to sit here waiting for a whole setup to play out right. Take what the market gives you on the first attempts, and then you can always get back in, and that's something that I haven't covered or talked about that much in this room because we were kind of focusing a little bit too much on the what is the strategy versus how do you trade it successfully, right? That's all part of the game. But for this just doesn't go and not give us a setup, but That's kind of funny. I use YouTube Music for my that background audio, and I can always tell when my wife goes to work out around this time of day, and she gets on my YouTube Music account and starts playing, and it kicks us off. Gotta get her on. Or upgrade to, I guess, a family license on it. Apparently they're strict about that. It's like Netflix now. Yeah, and I miss the days where none of that stuff, man.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through.
No, it wasn't the library computer. I wasn't talking, but I'm fairly certain YouTube Music made me stop there, because my wife probably turned it on in the other, in our gym. But you straight up on a library computer, that's wild. Book some flights while you're there. I hear that's the best way to get the elbow from not picking up that you're trying to book a flight. That's the best kept secret, apparently, is go use a library machine that doesn't cache cookies or any IP information, right, upon your spending habits, which I guess airline companies and even the ticketing agency use to set individual pricing and fees, which is wild to think about. The only problem, Scott, is it's gotta be no, what do they call this? No copyright or licensing music. Currently I can't stream with anything that is actually copyrighted music, or my videos and streams get flagged by YouTube, so I am all for anything else. I gotta find it. Oh wow, Nico, that's a real, that is something that would be.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night.
All right. 134 tick wide, it looks like. 40s is the entry for me. Don't hate it. Hate that there's a gap for low. But, one of the other confirmation signals I look for there too. And just as a outright positive expectancy, she raised a 40 quarter. I usually do a 2-tick front run, and it looks like 90s is a very half at this point. Is this a second test? It is of that anchor GWAP from our from that low here. I'm not chasing that. You shall see. And coming in for a fill here, 43-quarter, last 40-50 is where I'm bidding. Might be pulling it up here. I'm not going to get too aggressive. Give me that one push down and fill me, please. Pretty please. You offset 40-quarter. I'm bidding 40-50. Hey, I usually like to bid 3 ticks in front, but that's a little close for me to cancel. Change it up now. That's a shame. I think I'm about to miss this one. Yeah, I'm debating pulling this in, but if I do that, it's going to become a bit of a scalp for me, right? Like, I'm not gonna be writing it as drawn out if I'm paying up. Kind of waiting for that one little push and then go, you know what I mean? Ever have that little whap on the floor and bounce? That could be it right there. Oh, come on now. There it is. Now unfilled. That's the slap on the floor. Hopefully we don't knife that VWAP at this point. That's down to 8. Alright, surely there's 40.5 on mine. Still well that we are already kind of getting under that VWAP, but we're gonna dial down to our below. Profiles here, volume profiles. Okay, 176, not a huge, like, stand out, like, capitulating low for me. But okay, we want to see it overtake this point of control up at the 45 area, which it's doing right now. Great. Okay, I would shut up and start trying to stop here pretty aggressively. Don't let winners become losers is my new motto. Whoa, and I love this song, Phil. This is one of the songs in this mix I actually really enjoy. Heroes Tonight. Hurried up and fight of the day there, Matt. 46. Is it the new ride? Do I have all these things right? Alright, hold on. So far, good participation and reaction off the VWAP. We want to see it take out this 49.50 area. Get above 50s again. I'm not trying to stop just yet, folks, but I was right on that. Target's 73.50, yeah? What did I screw up there? Guess it's 132, okay. Initial stops down there, I guess at 70.50. I don't love. Man, it's right there at that. That would stink if it comes down and ticks me. But I've been talking about it. It's going straight to target. That's all we need to focus on, right? Jokes aside, I'd like to see this get a nice little relief rally up. I'm going to search high stop up. You'll obviously recall that I'm talking about it. I'm using a 100-tick chart, and I like to use like basically 3 and 4 bars back on a 100-tick chart. It's seriously that simple. Like right now, I'd want to bring the stop up to basically break even, or maybe this low. I mean, it's like literally nothing wild. I've used Parallax SARS and one of my favorites is an ATR trail stop. I haven't found it in anything other than the 5 rank called Think or Swim. But it just, yeah. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and bring my stop up to break even at this point. Would approve 1 tick in front of break even, just because why let a winner become a loser? In fact, if you like a 10-point scale, book your profits here. You know, I'm might take this off at plus 20 because that is my technical, 1R. But come on, get a little push here for me. Don't just retrace this candle. But I'd love to see now some extension in this next candle, and then I'm going to be able to, actually trout up to like the point where locking in plus 20 points on this is ideally my goal. But right now, I'm risk-free. The one thing I hate about this time of day is there's a high probability it retraces and comes back and gets me. But we have seen enough of this, I've seen enough during this time of day to know, and just in terms of sanity for my own trading plan, I prefer to just not take any more heat. Psychologically, it messes with me when I put myself in drawdown, so I know I shouldn't be based off of bad execution. So, it's all good. Well, here's the thing, is I can always get back into on the trade, right? Nico, that's the catch. And yeah, and I don't disagree with you that it's not a bad move, right? Using, if you've got a good, solid, indicator that you like using, I don't think there's anything wrong with that idea. It's gonna come get me. Well, I'm outbreaking. I got right back in because look at that candle. So you can always get it right back in, like I said. And at this point, I only want to risk 20 points because if we go start taking out these lows, I don't think I want to be a part of this trade. But that little wick we just made, so I'm trying my stop up now because we have come back above the VWAP here. I'm putting it to that recent low at 31.50. Oh man, Scott, dang man, if I had known that I would have been a little more tempered and like how I'm calling it out specifically for you, right? Like I understand the struggle. Okay, so right back up, broke through that 50-55 area, but it is not sticking. I'm going to be very aggressive on bringing that stop back up to basically break even to, again, because here it goes. Want to see that push now above 55. Hopefully it establishes up there, and then, I'll be basically probably trying to stop up to 150 here in a minute. It's like 2 and 3 bars back on 100 tick. You already could arguably have a stop as high as 48.25. Yeah, hopefully once that, I gotta flip that up on the chart then here, Nate, though. If it's being respected during this time of day, like, no sense in not watching it, right? Like an indicator like that. And now if it breaks through it, right, like, let's see if I can throw my ninja chart up there. So that's a good one to have over here, right? It's just the EMA, but it's on the 1 minute you're using, right? Let's see what the 14 period on the 100 tick. Oh, that's interesting. The call 25. That's not a bad one. Yeah, kind of like that 25 period on the 100 tick. It's probably very similar to the one you're looking at right now. But I don't know. Good to know, good to know. Yeah, and like, one day when I watch for is the 18-day moving average on, the daily chart too, so this is making me feel silly. I could have scalped out of this for plus 10 ticks twice now. Just go already. CBD has been bullish, positively doing all night. It is starting to feel like it's basing here, so want to see that volume push now higher. There's a little bit of that push, 57s trading. I'm going to trail my stop up now to the low at 48. Maybe, again, I was wanting to get up there to almost to 50, but we're going to put it at this 49 figure right now. That at least locks in a little bit of gains for me on the day. I'm going to get it up to 54, the lows here pretty soon. 54.75, I should say, below this 100 tick. If it could give me like one more push up, particularly on the minute chart. I am notorious for getting ticked out and markets continuing on me, but again, it's more important to make money than to be right. And that's something I've continually have to remind myself. Right, you gotta do what personally makes sense for your trade by your risk tolerance. What triggers your tilt? Okay, see now that's the push. Get through the high. I want to get to that 10-minute opening range high again for the day, and my stop's gonna come up to 53 quarter. One more push here, up into 2160 or 29,160. Come on. I don't like that we're stalling here at the OP range again for the day. But again, I'm, first free on the trade. So, what happens, happens. You can always get back in. Probably won't, but here we go. Kind of expecting it over the next 10 seconds. We're just watching the clock tick down to the top of the minute. Once you get within, the last quadrant, the last 15 seconds of a minute or any candle, you can start to expect market participation to try to, what they say. All right, stop's going to 53 quarter at this time. Should be one tick below that 100, the last 100 tick bar. So now I'm locking in $200 on this next trade. So, with 15-minute candle, I think it's about to just pump the high. Here we go. Stops at 56 quarter. Yep. Stop's going to come up here. 63.50 very soon. Oh, come on, don't do that. There it is, 63.50 now on the stop. Kind of locking in now. $400 gain on this trade. My plus 1R is now locked in. Yeah, it's an auto carry. It's either to give me a little bit of a bonus on the day and hit target fill. And there it goes, everybody. God. I'm gonna pour one out for you tonight, buddy, having to drive and missing out on it. But that's a Forcesweep successful one to target. Pretty clean one, pretty quick. Thanks for all joining me this evening. It feels good to catch one pretty quickly and be done. Time and trade, we're gonna took 2 from there, but we were 12 minutes from entry to final target. I mean, that's just, I'm sure the market's gonna take off now. You need to be careful, there is an open gap below us, folks. There is an open gap still down there in the day. So now that the Forcesweep has kind of concluded, there's a high probability, in my opinion, that the gap will eventually fill. But not to say that the Forcesweep is the end-all, be-all. Love to hear it, Scott. I mean, being behind the wheel and you somehow manage to scratch out on the day, just, that's a win, man. Don't press it. Your safety is more important to all of us, and the market will be here tomorrow, man. Yeah, I agree. It is so terrible, but all right. Anyway, there you go. Nice and easy. Finally, we have one of them setups that is just genuinely just exactly as planned, right? Puts me halfway to, payout target. I'm after day 2 on these. This is like, but feeling like I'm back, boys. I'm feeling like I'm back. I've been in a run here in EL jail, but boss, I'm not going to be trying to go for a max payout here. I gave him a $5,000 payout going for the 10, but then again, I'm a payout maxer because unfortunately, at every firm, I'm at the point where if I don't max out my next payouts, I'm going to be going live, but it's just the way it is. So, all that being said, I'll be back with you guys tomorrow because we're having a really good, nicey session stream too. I'll be probably trading just a sim account or maybe more evals tomorrow because obviously these funded accounts are done for the day, and I'm not one to come back and try to add more to an already good day. Pretty simple setup. 10-minute opening range, broke higher. We waited, bought that session anchor VWAP on the pullback. We've been noticing swing anchored low VWAPs have been holding a lot. And in fact, there is almost, a setup in that type of VWAP all in its own before our Forcesweep. Market traded 49,140 area. Saw me trail my stop. I get ticked out, but I got right back in. We were watching that volume profile and some other things that we got wick right back above the VWAP. Said, okay, get right back in. Cut my risk on that second trade, right? So I wasn't risking as much, the full 1-to-1. But then as the market moves in our favor, you guys got to see how I'm using this fund rate to tick or to trail a stop, just literally just below the lows, because eventually once it turns, these tick charts really are definitive in terms of their price action and structure. So it's way better than a time chart, but by all means, we saw the confluence there. Better get fiddled. That's all you can ask for. Thanks for joining me tonight. Remember to like, subscribe. Makes me realize how much you guys love this stream. Check out Elusive for that 50% off. It is through, I think, the end of the month, but hey. All that being said, have a great night, everybody. Another successful Forcesweep. Feels good to have it in the books. Remember, trading features and balls racing is not suitable for everyone. Everything you saw here today was just my opinion and not trading advice. Have a great night, everybody, and we'll be back with you tomorrow as price action develops.